Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to ERO F3 Round 4. Sorry, give me 1 sec, I'm eating a squashy. Of season whatever. Can't really remember. Season... where the hell is it? Season 17. I'm your commentator, start remotely. And yeah, we're here for comms. I haven't done comms on this league in a while. And I will be eating squashies. Because why the hell not? Right, there we go. Alex Theodore. About to start his lap. Deploying battery now. I'm going to save the squashies for later. Braking into turn 1 down into 3rd gear now. Full throttle on exit 4th, 5th, 6th now. Braking down into turn 2. Down to 2nd gear, almost into the wall there. But now draining the battery all the way down this straight. Into another 90-degree left. Chucking it in now. Fairly solid line through there. Into turn 4, down to 2nd gear, just about clipping the apex, getting in a solid exit out of the corner. Exiting sector 1 now into a technical little chicane. Getting a solid exit out of that, down into the most technical part of this Baku circuit. It's the castle section. He's done it pretty well, but he's in 1st gear for some random reason. Exiting the castle section now. He's now got an Istanbul style triple apex, but 3rd apex is a heavy braking zone. Chucking it over the curb, solid run through there. Now down into the final braking zone of the track, realistically the final corner of the track, but these are very much corners, but who cares. And he's going to go across the line in 10 seconds time. Deploying the battery to the line, deployment used 41.54. The Romanian, who's next? Now I'm going to have another squashy. Charlie across the line, so it's 41.9. He has to get out of the way for the Alpine here, which he does. Next up, Camille across the line. 41.0, great lap by him. Here comes Darius now. Across the line. 40.5. Beautiful lap by Darius. Then we got David coming across the line to set a 41.8. Then it's David across the line. Goes P3 with a 41.5. Then it is Mr. Bastian. Is it Mr. Bastian Vries or is it Callum Clark? It's Mr. Bastian Vries. As I will now eat another squashy. Across the line now for Mr. Vries. He goes P2 with a 40.7. João Santos with a 40.1. Beautiful lap by him. As Callum Clark now rounds the final few kinks. Gonna get a cheeky slipstream off of Williams. DRS wide open now. He's gonna go across the line, setting a 40.5. Marginally slower than Darius. Suchol now into the final braking zone. Into the final few kinks now. Could be a slow-moving Sauber as he hits the inside wall. Suchol goes P6, or like by him. Next up, Joel Harris, the bane of my existence due to his upshifts and downshifts. Across the line, it's going to be a 53.3. Wow. Here's foot across the line, so it's 43.2. Solid lap by the Haas driver. Louis rounding the rip-off Istanbul triple apex with a heavy braking zone at the end. Yeah, into the final braking zone on the track. I will be saving my Kit Kat for later, in between the break of qualifying in the race. But anyways, back on focusing on the race. Here comes Louis. He was a load of battery left in terms of deployment. Crossed the line, 42.9, not too shabby. Next up is going to be Daniel. Not even going to try and pronounce your last name, mate. It's blooming Polish, and I'm not good with Polish last names. Sorry about that, mate. Anyways, DRS wide open. He's ran out of battery deployment. Crossed the line. It's going to be P5, 40.8. Good stuff by him. Next up, Remco, who's just started lap and hit the inside wall. That's a blooming good start to a lap, isn't it? Anyways, through turn 2, getting a much better run than Alex Theodore did all those minutes ago. It's going to go down into turn 3. That was horrific voice crack. Through turn 3, Mercedes lets him past. Chucking it through turn 4. Up into 6th gear. He's going to have to try and hug the inside there. Doesn't quite do it. Abusing that curb on the second part of the chicane. Into turn 8, one of the most horrific corners. No, turn 7. Into the castle section now. In 4th gear. 4th. Okay then, Remco. He's now going to go into the heavy braking of turn 15, I want to say. Draining a bit of battery now. Into turn 16. It's going to be a 16.3 combined 1 and 2. Going down the long back straight. Into the DRS zone. Remco's drained all his deployment. That's not going to be good for the dash to the line. Across the line though is P7, 41.0, 3 hundredths behind Mr. Camille, one of my former teammates. Yes, former teammates. I've had a lot of teammates in my time. I can't remember every single teammate I've had. I went one season, did basically every single race, and I had a blooming different teammate every single race, which is just what you want to do, just what you want to have in a season. Barry, big up Barry. Blooming, well, have a look at David. David on the Xbox, across the line, P6. Very close between the drivers here as we just catch Bastian Vries sliding out of the castle section. As now Camille Eek, I can't spell. Camille now going into the pit lane, not finishing his lap though. That's interesting. As Mr. Bastian Vries is 5/10 up in his time. Setting a 40.0, really good lap there by Bastian Vries. There's Charlie now, 8/10 up on his time. Here comes Charlie across the line. ERS being deployed all the way. P7, 41.9. I think David Steck went up to P6 there as Suchol is almost 3/10 up on his time. As we now go across the line with Suchol. It's gonna be P6, 40.8 in the Alpine. So I get a ping in Discord, probably Darius being like, F3 comms with Sparrow Maltby. What did I say? Move Rees up, says the ERO F1 account. Yeah, potentially, if you feel like it. I'm not gonna have my Kit Kat just yet, as there is just less than 4 minutes left of the session. I'll have it in between qualifying and the race. As Nick Hill is trundling through turn 1, he's doing his best. It's turning into turn 2 now. Oh, he's gone straight. Blooming nice pirouette though. I need to charge my controller because the battery's low. Class pirouette that, Nick. Well done, mate. I don't even know what's going on. Who's about to start a lap? Barry's about to start a lap. So now see Barry going through turn 2. Going up through the gears. What is this man's actual name? If it isn't Barry, I'm gonna be absolutely stunned. It is. Is Ethan Steps. Steve. Ethan, mate. You can't just like. One thing I will say. Your name's. Yeah, I'm not. No, I'm not gonna. I'm not. No comment. As Nick Hill says for 2 minute 12. Caw. What a lap. As now we see Ethan, who isn't called Barry, unless he's referred to Barry by his mates, which would be a bit concerning if he was. Because Barry is nowhere near sounding to Ethan, but we ball. As he now comes on to the final long straight here in Baku. Across the line, it's going to be a 41-1. It's going to be P12 for him. Blumenek Daniel. Ugh, hiccup. Who's actually a moderately fair distance through their lap? Louis is. But he has a ravid ravid? Is that a word? He's gonna give Suchol the biggest toe of his life. He isn't even full throttle. Across the line, it's gonna be not an improvement. Suchol can't start another lap. There's an Alpine leading that train as that'll be Callum Clark. As Nico Hilton improves to a 153. Who's this? Remco goes P5. Good lap by him. Next up, Callum Clark leading the pack of drivers. Here he goes. DRS Open draining the battery to the line. It's going to be good enough for P3. Next up, David Sweat goes P6. Camille stays P11. Theodore stays 13th. João Santos onto provisional pole. Here comes Darius. He's just at a 40.3. Bastian essentially going to improve on his lap. He does, but he misses out by half a tenth. Here comes Daniel now. Across the line, the final driver to go across the line. It's going to be P5 for the Polish Red Bull driver. And now I can enjoy a Kit Kat. As they say, have a break, have a Kit Kat. And there is a break, so I'm having a Kit Kat. Oh, it looks horrific. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Anyways, here's your grid for today. João Santos is on pole position, followed by Bastian, Callum, Darius, Daniel, Remco, David, Suchol, Charlie, David, Camille, Barry / Ethan, Alex, Joel, Louis, Isford, Nick Hill, Elliot Parker, and not Quesadilla. Is it Quesadilla? Is it Quesadilla? I hope it's Quesadilla. It is It might not. Yeah, it should be quesadilla. This blooming Kit Kat isn't fully covered. Oh, it's raining. Get your clouds out. It's intermediate conditions, so it makes it even more worse. If it isn't, like, all patchy and everything. Would have been annoying if the 5 red... No, speaking of the 5 red lights. 3, 4, 5 red lights in front of the drivers. Lights out, and away we go for the Donator GP here in ERO. It's a solid start by Callum Clark, who pulls alongside Sebastian Freeze. João Santos, sorry. Gets an alright start as well. And he almost goes into the wall. Bastian Vries down the inside into turn 2. They're going to be side by side down the straight now. I'm right on the edge of having a drink of water, but I can't because it's too enthralling as Bastian Vries goes down the inside. Is he going to pull the move off? Not quite, as there's total chaos further down the field as we have a VSC. Blooming heck, that was chaotic. Daniel is all the way down in P18 as Quesadilla gets a 10-second time penalty for a severe collision with Istfod. I'm now going to have a oh, it's a full safety car now. Perfect. Darius, mate. Why did you just drive into a wall? What the hell? My man was like, we have a straight. There's no corners. How about into the turn right? You probably just lost traction. That's probably what's happened there, but hey ho. If I get told to do blooming comms on Div 2 in another league, I'm gonna be like, I've got Div 2 in another league. Oh, I've genuinely got a pack of crisps still up here with me. I brought them upstairs on, like, Sunday. It's almost been a bloody week. Blooming Callum Clark almost going side by side with João Santos down the main straight. Why is Theodore over to... Oh, okay, Theodore's diving into the pits, that's why. So we have now caught up to the safety car. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between. There's a much better way of saying that. 'Cause there is. Excuse me. This is where we chillax for a bit. Everything just winds down. I do need to go to the toilet, but it might take me a bit long. I don't want to miss the restart. But is it worth it? Probably. Yeah. No, it definitely is. Oh, imagine the blooming. Oh. With GT7 adding the likes of Yas Marina and Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, why don't GT7 add Baku so we can experience the castle section in GT cars? That would be interesting to say the least. I actually might have to go to the toilet. So, you may miss me talking over the safety car restart. If I do, then my bad. I was occupied. I'll be back in a minute or two. I just came back. What blooming good timing that is. Definitely wasn't planned and I definitely wasn't watching the stream on my phone. So we see yellow flags in turn one. That'll be Joel Harris going off as Remco gets past Darius here. Could Darius fight back and could Callum Clark make a move on Jean Santos? Yes, he does. Good move by him. Darius having a look down the inside at turn 4 on Remco now. can't quite get the move done. Now he's got his arch rival Sucho right behind him now. These two have a history of having incidents together, but not in the way of like, oh, this person took out the other. No, it's just like accidental incidents, I want to say. Oh, if I could blummin' view the race replay on this, we have a VSC, that'll be Alex Theodore spinning it in the castle section. If I could get blummin' race replay on this, I would, like, take mad photos on this. As Elliot Parker gets a drive-through penalty for speeding under safety car. Naughty, naughty. Do I start having my packet of crisps now? Oh yeah, whoa, 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 whoa. You blooming cross the white line, Callum. David Ansgoat in P18, fair. As Charlie retires from the pit, in the pits. What happened there? Did he just spin it into the wall? Like a cheeky, like a little... Oh, it's a full safety car! Perfect. I'm having my crisps. I'm basically just eating while doing comms, I never do this. Jesus Christ. That's fair. Even though he tried to kill David last week, he's still David's goat. That's fair enough. There's no to do on the safety car is there, so that's why I'm just snacking. Sorry this is getting boring, ladies and gentlemen. And anyone else who isn't part of that spectrum. I should just start saying the much easier way of saying it. Just guys, gals, non-binary pals. It's just much easier to say it that way than saying ladies and gentlemen and anything else. Because that just sounds like I'm objectifying. But who cares? We've got another lap of safety car. I can eat more food. This is the joys of having safety cars. You don't really commentate that much. So I can just start eating food. That makes me sound a bit fat, doesn't it? But who cares? Right, we've run out of food, ladies and gentlemen. We can't eat anymore. For the time being. Safety car is in this lap. Please say I've still got water left. Oh, I don't have that much. Oh. Got like 1 milliliter left. Yeah, it's not looking good, bro. As we now start the car park. That's the ERO special for you. We wait to the very last moment as those contacts further behind. That's Suchel. And Nick Hill goes off as well. Further down the field, Remco's trying to go round the outside at turn 2 on Jean Santos. It's a great move by the V-Carb for a V-Carb double podium at the current moment. Further down the field, it's just single file through this section now, as we see Ishward getting a little tail happy. Further down the field, as now the two Williams drivers were going side by side. I can't stop hiccuping now, this is going to be fun. As Elliot Parker now gets past Joel Harris, who doesn't have a front wing. Who doesn't have a front wing? Anyways, back up to the lead drivers. Bastian and Callum are pulling away from the rest of the field here. But Bastian could potentially pull away from Callum Clark. As now Louis makes a move on Isford. David trying to get past Isford as well, but there's contact from behind from Daniel as David now gets passed on the inside. Solid move by him. There's now Bastion Freeze is now 1.5 seconds and dropping ahead of Mr. Callum Clark, as now Bastion Freeze sets the fast lap of the race as Barry looks like he's going to make a move on Suchel. David does a little love tap on the rear of Barry's car. As we have a little four-way train here between Suchon all the way down to Camille, who's going to make a move on David, but not on his teammate though. Camille gets ahead of Mr. David Steck into turn 3 fairly comfortably, as this pod is now dropping even more positions. My man is on the intermediate tyres, so yeah. Another safety car! This is getting boring as bumming Barry rams into the rear of Suchel. Indeed, welcome to the safety car simulator, well said East. This is actually getting boring, not gonna lie. I'm so glad I volunteered as tribute for this race. Are we actually pits? Oh, that does make me feel better, East. The fact that we are one safety car away from the limit. As we now see people pitting onto blooming dry tyres when it's still raining. Oh, look at the strategies here. It's still raining. Now in this situation I would not have pitted for the main reason of even when the track is supposedly dry, it's still a tiny bit wet, so it'll be well slippy. So I don't see the point in pitting onto those slick compound tyres, and I don't know why I started raising my voice at the end of basically every word that I was saying, like every so word, because it's just easier if I just speak in my normal voice while describing it instead of trying to do my commentator voice. That I say commentator voice, it's just like I wouldn't go to people, I just start speaking the way that I commentate, because it would just be weird in a way, if that makes sense. If you see where I'm going with this, of course. Who's hosting F2 tonight? I can host if necessary. It's now stopped right now. Has it stopped raining? Yeah, it stopped raining now. Cool. No, I can see why people have now pitted. I just hope F2 isn't like this today, because I have a blooming quali ban, which is my first ever quali ban. I'm host, perfect. We may have a late obby lobby opening. Sorry, I can't speak. I can't speak. Why have I said canny? And why has Quesadilla pitted onto the Inters again? He blooming crossed the line. He's crossed the line. Ugh. I should probably take my boots off. Why is Louis on 11 lap old mediums? Okay, sounds good, David. Okay, he's on 20 lap old mediums now. Okay, that's good. Elliott gets a drive-through penalty for speeding under safety car. That's his second one today. Elliott gets another drive-through for speeding under safety car. Elliott's retired from the race. He's been disqualified. Elliott. Surely safety cars in this lap. Even though, yep, safety cars in this lap. Right, here we go. Right, attempt number 3 of getting this restart underway. And he goes. God, Remco... No, Remco's not even close. And so we have 11 drivers who have caught up to the pack. Daniel's already losing positions. As there's already a gap forming between the intermediate runners and the slick compound runners. Because they're just going to try and pull away as quickly as possible. As there's yellow flags in turn 1, that'll be Quesadilla without a front wing. Please don't cause another safety car. As we see side-by-side action between Camille and David. Jesus Christ. These four up in front. Oh, Jesus Christ. Why have you given me that camera angle? One thing Remco could potentially do here is he could just, like, go a tad bit slower and just make sure that his teammate just runs away with it. This is what I said about once it technically dries up, it's still not dry. It can still be wet. Blooming heck, Remco. Tokyo drifting through there. So yeah, we'll go down the pit straight. Quesadilla's crashed. There's no safety car. Joel Harris has binned it as well. There's no blooming safety car. I think we've reached the limit. Yeast, you may have been lying. But that's fine. I'm not really bothered. In my opinion, understanding that the track, once it goes dry, isn't really dry is one of the most important things to learn on this year's game. Because then you know, like in my opinion, I always wait until DRS gets enabled before pitting onto the slicks. Which is what I would have done here. I would have been up with hopefully with the guys up in front, like Vries, Barry, Remco and David, who's now making an overtake on Barry to get the position. Good stuff by him. It was just straight, like overtaking a straight line. He's just hit the outside wall. Could be close on time, so David, you may be hosting. May is a strong word. This looks horrific, doesn't it? They've just got no grip at all. Suckel's got no end plates on his car. Now let's go. Let's have a look at the chaos that's happening due to the low amount of grip. closest battle at the current moment is between Suchol and Darius. Flumming heck. This looks treacherous. The gap between Barry and Callum is 22.5 seconds as Suchol goes into the wall. That's not good by him at all. He's got even less front wing now. Camille now having huge pace difference in a straight line compared to Darius, as Suchol's going to dive into the pits for a new front wing. The rate that that man was gaining on Darius was insane. What do we have next on the calendar? So I can see what I'm missing next week. Mexico! Oh, for flip's sake! I love Mexico! Who cares? I've got something else going on which could be a lot more fun. But I love Mexico so much, man. I genuinely feel that confident with Mexico that I feel like I could win F2 by like 3 to 5 seconds. That's how confident I feel around Mexico. Oh, as Darius dives into the pits. Oh, he's put it in a wall. Oh, Darius. Suchol has retired from the race. I don't even know what happened there. As now the top 3 separated by around 2 seconds. As David has now gotten past Alex Theodore, as he's now pitted back onto the intermediate tyres. fairly smart, if I'll be honest with you. As Callum Clark dives into the pits now. What's he gonna pit onto? As Darius spins it into the wall. Callum's going back on inters. Oh wow. Theodore gets 3-second time penalty. There is yellow flags in the first sector. I don't really know what's going on. Darius is complaining to Theodore. Shock. As Remco is just casually typing while racing. Remco, what are you doing, bro? Blooming focus on the race at hand. God, I'm so excited for my quali band in F2 today. As no, the top three are separated by around 1.5 seconds. Let's have a look at this. Jesus Christ. Yeah, there's not Joel could have done that. As you could see a change of position. Remco's diving into the pits. Why has he dived into the pits? Maybe it's because the tyres are absolutely shot. To be fair, no, he's onto the mediums. Why has he done that? As David is now absolutely losing the rear end. This is a pretty boring race, to be fair. As Callum Clark sets the fastest lap of the race on a set of intermediates. As David now gets past Daniel. At this rate, David, you're probably going to have to Set the lobby up. David, please don't pit. Please don't pit. Please. Oh god, he's pitting. He also crossed the white line and entry, which is forbidden. What tyres is he pitting onto? Please be intermediates. They are intermediates, good man. So we now have 6 laps to go in the Donator GP. Bloomin' heck, I'm tired. Remco lost 9 seconds on that lap as Theodore retires in the pits. There's naught going on, if I'll be honest with you. There's just these two having a kind of scrap. As we see Bastian Vries dive into the pits. As we could see, David Sweck take the lead of the race. Barry could potentially finish P2 here as Vries has pissed onto the hard compounder tyres. Why not the bloody softs, Vries? We're going to ride on board with Barry. For the main reason of how quickly he's going to catch up to the rear of Bastian. There's yellow flags in the castle section. Remco's got no front wing. Callum Clark can now see him. David Sweck sets the fastest lap of the race. Remco retires. Oh, what it could have been today for the Dutch driver. Barry has caught up to Vries already. There's yellow flags. That being his spot on the main straight. Here comes Barry / Ethan. Is he going to potentially make a move into the castle section? I hope not. Ethan, mate, keep it. Calm down. Make the overtake on the exit. Yep, there you go. Perfect. Around the outside. Bish bash bosh. Perfect move. Well done, Barry. Moving up to P2 for the McLaren driver. And David Sweck now sets the fastest lap once more. Here we go. Yeah, David starts setting the F2 lobby up, if that's alright, mate. If you could do that for me. Please. Okay, cool. Sounds good, David. If you could help with invites, then that'll be good. As we start the penultimate lap of the race, David sets the fastest lap of the race. We're going to ride on board with David for the remaining few laps. I'm going to start taking my boots off. So I am prepared for the race ahead, yeah. There we go. As we see David now coming onto the main straight for the penultimate time. He's going to start the final lap of the race here, leading by almost 16 seconds. As David sets the fastest lap once more. David is now entering the final few corners. Down into turn 15, into turn 16 now. It's gonna be a very, very dominant race win here for the Polish driver. David Steck wins in Baku. Beautiful result for the Aston driver. Barry gets P2 as well as Bastian Vries rounding off the podium in P3. Callum Clark's going to be the next across the line. He's going to come home in P4. It's an alright result for the Romanian. Cross the line. He's going to steal the fastest lap off Mr. David Steck. There's the other David. Who's onto the back straight now. It's going to be P5 for the Sauber driver. Not too shabby for him. Mate, just cross the line. Just cross the line, mate. There you go. As Louis going to come across in P9. And then Nico Hiltonen is going to be the last person across the line. If he can do it quickly, that'll be good. Just so we can get F2 lobby up and sorted. There we go. Are you sure you wanted me to host now? David. Anyways, Nick Hiltonen is driver of the day. As David Steck wins, followed by Ethan, not Darius, Bastian, Callum, David, Daniel, Zhao, Camille, Louis, Istfod, and Nico Hiltonen rounding out the grid of drivers who finished. Then it was Remco, Theodore, Darius, Suchol, Joel, Quesadilla, Elliot, and Charlie. This has been ERO F3 around Baku. It's been an interesting race, it's been boring. Mainly. But yeah. We'll see you in 10 minutes for F2. And after that we'll see you, obviously on Sunday, for F1 if there's a stream. And then, next week, in Mexico. Goodbye.